it's kind of like a portrait. It's like the relationship between these two characters, and just happens to take place in this kind of, I don't know, minimal landscape, or like it's like a desert. There's no real water. They're sort of not necessarily on a mission, but they're almost like walking in search of a mission. One day, kind of on a whim, I just sort of, I don't know what, I mean, I drank too much tea or coffee or something that day, but I just outlined this huge sort of 1,000-page story for them and just kind of started working on it little by little. The last book I did, Ninja, I just kind of kept saying it was sort of like 80 slices of life in a city. It jumped around all over the place and then kind of gave you this like big portrait of the city through these sort of, and a lot of it being political, just these sort of like episodes, political episodes. And the new one isn't like that. It's just one drawn out story, one drawn out narrative. Sometimes I try to like start slipping politics into it, but I felt like the story just wasn't calling for that in a way, and I wanted to let the story sort of breathe on its own. I think politics sometimes moves so fast that if you're doing like a long story on it, you're like left behind so quickly that it's not necessarily relevant anyway. So like if you're going to cover current events, you kind of have to do fast things. And if you're going to do like a long drawn out story, you might as well just sort of go off on a tangent, because it's not going to be relevant one way or the other anyway, because everything will have changed.